Hey guys, welcome back to the Gamer Dad channel. My name is Austin. I was so much more hyped for this, but I just recorded a 15-minute video, and I'm not even kidding. The entire time, because of the case that we have for this tablet and the way that I was holding it, all you heard was one part of the case rubbing up against another part the entire time. So unfortunately, with that, I will do my best to still be hyped, to still be at least kind of, I'm not really gonna say hyped because I mean I got 2 teeth pulled today, so I'm kind of actually hurting. Talking's a little weird. Like I say, I just got done talking for 15 minutes straight. But I promised one of these videos like almost 2 months ago now. I've got enough to record probably like 5 or 6 videos already wrote out, and I'm probably gonna do one video at most like once every couple of weeks, at the very least, at least like once a month. But this scenario that we are going to be exploring today is actually going to be what if Vegeta turned good early. The story, for the most part, is going to make its biggest differences in the Saiyan Saga and Frieza Saga. We are going to be starting out during the Saiyan Saga when Goku gets on Earth to use the Kaioken against Nappa. The reason why there will be a change is Vegeta will not notice a power reading difference because he's already crushed his scouter by this point, but he will notice a speed and just overall strength difference in Goku when using the Kaioken. He will notice that he's not going to end up being at nearly the advantage he initially thought he would be. And so when Goku, powers up and knocks Nappa out and tosses Nappa back over to him, instead of grabbing Nappa by the hand, tossing him up, and just blowing him up, instead Vegeta grabs him by the hand, helps him up, and tells him that he needs him to make a power ball while he holds off Goku, or Kakarot. He knows Nappa's going to take a few minutes to collect himself. That's why he's, offering to hold off Kakarot. Goku still, however, is insistent on moving the fight because, all his friends' corpses are littered around the battlefield. And Vegeta, still being, arrogant, cocky, egotistical Vegeta, agrees to just fly off to a wasteland nearby. And plus, it helps that, whenever Nappa actually does collect himself, create a power ball, he'll transform into a giant monkey. And as I actually have just stated like 5 or 6 times in this other video, it's a giant monkey. If you put King Kong in the desert, at the edge of the desert, you're going to see King Kong. I mean, you don't hide a giant monkey in a wasteland. It just don't happen. Let's see here. I figure out where. Because I do have all this like wrote out and scripted. I have to figure out where the heck I was at again. But yeah, they fly off to a nearby wasteland. Gohan and Krillin are still scared to stay around Nappa, so they go to start flying out after Goku and Vegeta. They'd rather watch one fight than potentially end up in another. Nappa, being extremely winded, stays back, recovers his energy, does his best to get ready to launch a Luck Shine Powerball, whichever you want to call it, over with Goku and Vegeta. The whole fight goes very similar to canon. The main difference will be at the big iconic beam struggle. Instead of attempting a Gallic gun while he's up in the air, Vegeta looks over and sees a giant monkey. Now, like I say, he's a giant monkey in a desert. Vegeta's also up in the air, so he starts heading over that way. Goku just looks confused. Vegeta's not attacking him, he's just flying away. So he follows the line of sight, sees a giant monkey again, giant monkey, wasteland, everybody can see it. Fly over there, get ready to fight. And at first, Goku does not realize it's Nappa. All of his armor's been busted off, and plus they live in a world where dinosaurs still roam around. King Kong could exist somewhere fighting dinosaurs too. So he's just running off that way. He remembers Gohan and Krillin are that way. They doesn't put two and two together. They might be okay. As they get closer, Vegeta starts to be influenced by the Lux Wave, starts to transform as well, and Goku realizes that Saiyans can just transform into giant monkeys, realizes what happened with his granddad and everything. So he powers up in Kaioken times 3 to be able to catch up, and right as he's about to, Nappa's giant beam comes, and Goku's barely able to avoid it, but it still does actually hurt him, because by this point, even Nappa is boasting power level of between 30 and 40,000, whereas Goku at Kaioken times 3 is at most 25,000. So he manages to avoid him. Goku gets over the shock of realizing the whole thing about the race and all that, and powers up into Kaioken times 4 and actually manages to block the next blast that comes at him. It does severely injure his arms, and after powering down, he's fairly hurt because of it. This time, however, he's sent flying into a plateau. Vegeta finally finished transforming, tells Nappa not to be careless, that Kakarot can increase his power level several fold, and that he's not sure to what extent. As they just saw, he wasn't able to, he was able to get hurt by one blast and then able to tank the next one. They don't know if he can get stronger than that, or if he has a way to heal and get one of those legendary battle boosters, Zenkais. Goku is injured, but not too heavily, so he slowly starts to, get himself up, but doesn't really climb out of the rubble. He just kind of holds his hands up inside of the rocks. One thing that I never really understood exactly, if you're charging spirit bombs way up in the air, just stay in the rocks. Just hold your hand up in the rocks. Gohan and Krillin are still heading out in the area. They're staying out of sight, and when they go to start feeling their energy around, feel if Goku's okay, they start to feel these slowly, increasing in energy. Nappa and Vegeta start heading over towards the rubble, when suddenly Gohan comes flying in, and he's just refusing to listen to Krillin. He's fueled by anger. He launches just this extremely powerful blast right into Nappa's face. Now, it's not enough to hurt Nappa, but I mean, it's an energy blast, an explosion, tons of smoke, and it still manages to, mess with Nappa's eyes, leaves him temporarily blinded, and honestly, much worse than a solar flare. Vegeta's annoyed by, Gohan interfering, but more than anything, he finds it funny that, the kid could still damage Nappa even though he was a great ape. He starts laughing, taunting Nappa, when suddenly Gohan launches another, even more powerful blast this time, right in Vegeta's face. Now, this doesn't work at all. In fact, as the explosion goes off, Vegeta just swats his hand around in the air, clears the smoke, and however, little or however much the increase in power was, he could see that a little change in Gohan's appearance as well. Now, due to the size difference, he really wasn't sure, because it's like, me telling you I see a, this not ant, but this fly has a broken wing, I can't see it. I'm not saying Super Saiyan or anything like that. I'm just kind of hinting at the semi-Ikari power that Goku had as a child, really. He's about to say something to taunt Gohan, let him know that him, his father, and his planet are all doomed, when he feels a sharp pain in his back. Krillin, being Krillin, managed to sneak around behind him and use the structure disc to slice off his tail. And out of anger, he charges a blast before he manages to just jerk his head over, point it straight at Krillin, and Krillin takes a giant mouth beam just straight to the face. Kills him instantly. That's our second big change already, right there. Upon seeing Vegeta return to normal, Nappa smacks Gohan into a nearby little cliff face, and even as he's rage boosted, there's really no Gohan matching Nappa's power here. Nappa is still just way stronger. He looks down at Vegeta, asks if he's okay. Vegeta's way angry, but he's still calculating, very calculating. He tells Nappa that, Gohan really should not be any of their issue. It's time for them to focus on Kakarot, wherever the heck he's at right now. Now that will be all of what I have this time, guys. As I said, I am sorry. I recorded a little bit longer, a little bit more detailed. I talked a little bit more around what I have just written, and I messed that recording up. I do apologize. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any ideas for future videos, future what ifs, anything of that nature, leave me a suggestion down in the comments, and I will read them. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys in the next video.